get out of here.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the worst performances ever committed to celluloid, whether as a result of a weak script, direction, or acting choices. Some spoilers to come.
Spirits of heaven, yes, Guy, my father, do not desert me in this fateful hour. Let not treachery prevail.
Number 50, Gal Gadot, Snow White.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Much has been said about Gadot's stilted acting and questionable line deliveries in past films. Arguably her worst performance yet comes from this widely panned remake of the classic Disney film. As Snow White's vainglorious and eventually murderous stepmother, Gadot has the menace and intrigue of a block of wood. While she shows a bit more flair during her solo number, the less said about her so-called singing, the better.
All is fair when you wear the crown, so who would dare stand in my way?
There were many problems plaguing this remake with its seemingly endless controversies, but Gadot's one-note performance certainly didn't help matters any.
I think it's time for Snow White and I to have a little talk.
Number 49, Jeremy Irons, Dungeons and Dragons.
You don't like that, do you? Good. I can use every ounce of your rage.
This Academy Award-winning Shakespearean actor is known for playing deliciously eloquent villains. This time, though, Irons decided to act in this early-aughts fantasy adventure film based on the popular role-playing game. The results are less fun than cringe. As the evil mage Profian, Irons delivers a spectacularly over-the-top performance with a line delivery that really needs to be heard to be believed.
I must have that rod of Saphrail. With one wave of it, I will topple her and bring down that useless council of idiots with her.
Is it so bad it's good or just bad? Your mileage may vary. With the film becoming a box office flop, perhaps Irons saw the writing on the wall early on. Still, he could have dialed it back some, or a lot.
Let their blood rain from the sky!
Number 48, Rihanna, Battleship.
I think I heard of Mike Tyson as well.
If you did, it was only in reference to the fact that you both project great physical intensity, sir.
Singing and acting are two skills related to each other, but ultimately are distant cousins. While there have been singers who have managed to eke out consistent acting performances, Rihanna is no exception. Granted, this sound and fury action film based on the popular board game was perhaps not the best vehicle for her cinematic debut.
My dad said they'd come. Said it my whole life.
Here, Rihanna plays Cora Rakes, Gunner's mate, a one-dimensional tough grunt role. Unfortunately, or fortunately, she gets lost amid the film's Sturm und Drang action noise and explosions. Critics didn't care for either the film nor the performances, and we agree.
Come on, Hopper! Come see up to Nagara! You look so cute! You guys make a great couple. Are we dating now? You look dapper!
Number 47, Tom Hanks, Pinocchio.
No more of these sad thoughts, huh? Time for some happiness. See, this is why I gave you a smile. So that you will always be happy.
With such a long film career, it was inevitable that we get a bad performance or two from arguably America's most beloved actor. Here, Hanks plays Geppetto in Disney's live-action remake of their classic 1940 film. With his consistently non-existent Italian accent and indifferent acting, Hanks is disappointing at best.
This is a miracle! Pinocchio! Pinocchio! You're back!
Also, he doesn't sing so much as talk in rhythm. This wasn't Hanks' only bad performance in 2022. Hanks also played Elvis's seedy manager, Colonel Tom Parker, with a palpably unconvincing fat suit and accent. Perhaps Hanks should just stay away from accents in general.
If you are so determined to get out of our contract,
you're goddamn right I want out.
Number 46, Cameron Diaz, Gangs of New York.
Well, gentlemen, I leave you in the grace and favor of the Lord.
Directed by the Martin Scorsese, this critically acclaimed film about two rival gangs is packed with excellent performances. One exception, however, has to be Diaz as Jenny, an Irish pickpocket and grifter. For one thing, Diaz's Irish accent was woefully bad. Her role as the love interest for both Amsterdam and Bill the Butcher was poorly developed and largely unnecessary. As for her acting, well, we've never seen anyone with knives thrown at them look so unfazed.
Can't seem to get anything right tonight.
Critics have deemed Diaz's Jenny as one of the weakest parts of the film for obvious reasons.
Try it and I'll bite you.
If you were gonna bite me, I don't think you'd warn me, huh?
Find out.
Number 45, Keanu Reeves, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Transylvania, Moldavia, and Bukovina, in the midst of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe.
The film touted itself as a more faithful adaptation of Stoker's original novel, if only it had been more faithful to the principles of good acting. While the movie as a whole received mixed reviews, everyone agrees on one thing: Keanu Reeves' performance as Jonathan Harker is the weakest link.
I've seen many strange things already. Bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
Granted, Harker is a straightforward hero with few surprises, yet Reeves' acting is less inspiring than stilted and monotone. His extremely labored English accent is considered one of the worst ever committed to celluloid. The performance could have been so much better. It's more woeful than woe.
Mina, stay with me, please.
Number 44, Robert De Niro, Dirty Grandpa.
I didn't think you'd be doing that.
So you caught me taking a number 3. Big deal, right?
Number 3?
Have a drink.
This was a very low point for this renowned Godfather actor. As the titular bad grandpa, De Niro gravely disappointed critics and audiences alike with his performance of this crass role.
That's me. I'm gonna hit the liquor store over there and get some more of the creature. Meet you back at the Dildo-mobile in 5. You're paying the check, Alan Dushowitz.
The film, of course, is a vehicle even the best actors can't overcome. A badly directed and written comedy that takes its vulgarity to the extreme. It even scored a Golden Raspberry nomination for Worst Picture that year. De Niro was also nominated for Worst Actor, but we guess he wasn't good enough or bad enough to win. We say he was robbed, however.
I wasn't there to raise your dad, and he turned into a materialistic, hand-packed, poop-dick country clubber. I don't want that to happen to you.
Number 43, Sandra Bullock, All About Steve.
So my parents are no doubt pimping me out to test his sexuality, thanks.
Speaking of bad comedies, here is another commercial and critical flop. Granted, Sandra Bullock has had plenty of questionable film performances in her resume. This role may just be the worst she's ever done. In this comedy, socially awkward Mary stalks Steve Miller.
Oh! Hey!
Hi!
Hey! Oh! How are you? Hey!
Good, surprise!
Misunderstanding his diplomatic attempts to end their blind date, Bullock can't quite redeem this unsympathetic character, and her personality comes across as more off-putting than anything else. Bullock accepted her Razzie Award with grace, knowing she would have the last laugh. Sure enough, she won an Oscar for her performance in The Blind Side the next day. Get you a gal that can do both.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. A few lacerations, but I was able to tourniquet them off with this bandana that
I never
found.
should have said anything to you that I didn't mean.
Number 42, Dana Carvey, the Master of Disguise.
I knew it was old, you fool. Let me praise you. You're an idiot. A complete and total idiot. How does it feel?
Deemed one of the worst movies ever made, this early aughts comedy has to be seen to be believed. Rude, juvenile, and off-putting, the infamous Turtle Club scene alone will burn itself into your mind.
But am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Is he okay?
He's fine.
He's fine, Turtle.
At the center of this disaster is Dana Carvey as the titular Master of Disguise, an Italian-American named Pistachio with a talent for mimicking voices. One thing we can say for Carvey is that he is memorable, in the worst way possible. Over the top and mindless, Carvey's acting makes this 80-minute comedy feel like an eternity to watch.
Take off your mask and let's all go grab a bite to eat at the Olive Garden.
Number 41, Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four.
You're such a dork, Reed. You never got it.
and you never will.
Poor Alba's role as superhero Sue Storm was plagued with contention from the start. She had to deal with constant disrespect and the sexualization of her character. Among other indignities, she was directed to, quote, cry prettier in the sequel, which almost drove her to quit acting. With the bad direction taking its toll, Alba delivered a weak and bland performance, though her line delivery could have been worse in hindsight.
Any hotter and you're approaching supernova.
Sweet!
No, not sweet. That's the temperature of the sun.
These Fantastic Four films have been viewed more positively since the release of the 2015 iteration, but Alba's performance is still a sore thumb to look at.
A gasket? Reed, come on, we're at a
And if one of us were to wear it?
Number 40, Kristen Stewart, Twilight.
I know what you are.
Say it.
Vampire.
Remember when we all thought Stewart was a bad actress because of this role? Bad times indeed. As a regular teenage girl who falls in love with a vampire, Stewart's awkward acting manages to be both understated and exaggerated at the same time.
I'm really kind of the more suffer in silence type.
We would say Stewart was playing the character as written, except even Twilight fans have criticized her performance, with many arguing she was not a faithful Bella. No doubt, Stewart was hampered by the direction and writing constantly at odds with each other. She proved her acting bona fides later on with award-winning performances, but this breakout role was not it.
Like what? Like watch baseball on the flat screen? Eat at the diner every night, steak and cobbler? Dad, that's you, that's not me.
Number 39, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, Holmes and Watson.
On a daily basis, he creams his own eclair. He is Romeo and Juliet.
That should do it.
Cinema has a long tradition of Sherlock Holmes movies. Unfortunately, this more comedic take on the famous detective is perhaps the worst of the lot. Despite their usual chemistry, Ferrell and Reilly's performances as Sherlock and Dr. Watson left much to be desired. A bumbling duo that is a far cry from the original Conan Doyle.
Oh, ye of little... It's nothing to be ashamed of.
The tagline, "They don't have a clue," was more than apropos. Add in a lazily written script laden with dated jokes and poor direction, and you get a turkey. For their efforts, Ferrell and Reilly were nominated for the Worst Screen Combo Razzie. Ouch.
I won't leave you, not again! That's a lovely sentiment, but I really need you to free me from this gear right now.
Number 38, Al Pacino, Righteous Kill.
You're my partner. You're my role model. Right. What am I gonna do without a role model?
Great actors reaching the nadir of their careers is nothing new by this point. A far cry from Heat, Al Pacino teams up with Robert De Niro to play detectives hunting down a serial killer in this crime thriller. The two heavyweight actors were undoubtedly weighed down by an indifferent script, predictable twists, and overall generic drama. The acting is similarly phoned in, especially Pacino's blandly ordinary performance as Rooster.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Would you please? Just because the guy's talking tough, that don't mean shit.
His for the paycheck acting failed to elevate the pedestrian material much. He was even nominated for a Razzie Award for this performance, and it was well deserved.
Shots fired! Don't do this. Suspect fleeing! Resisting arrest? Come on!
Number 37, Tara Reid, Alone in the Dark.
We have artifacts coming in from all around the world. Until Hudgens gets back, I will be doing all his cataloging for him.
Considered one of the worst action horror films ever made, this box office bomb, directed by Uwe Boll, perhaps works better as an unintentional comedy. The most risible elements of the film include Tara Reid's performance as archaeologist Aline.
It's up, Connie. You know you could have called. Or even written. Just to let me know that you were alive.
Apart from being totally unconvincing as a scientist, complete with stereotypical glasses, Reid is clearly out of her depth in this action, functioning mostly as eye candy. She was nominated for Worst Actress at both the Golden Raspberry Awards and the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, winning the latter. What a mess.
It says once you make it down here alive, you're already dead.
Number 36, LeBron James, Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Don't touch the silver computer, man. What's going on? And who are you, man?
You're right, forgive me. Where are my manners?
To be fair, James isn't an actor. He's a basketball player. Still, it's disappointing to see him take a page out of Michael Jordan's book, getting sucked into the world of Space Jam and the Looney Tunes. The original had its charm, but this IP-laden sequel is less so. While James is more expressive than Jordan, he feels more spectator than player, despite his climactic basketball performance. Also, his yells are comically unenthusiastic.
I'm not a child. No.
Ouch. Ouch.
Even as a cartoon, he's oddly uncharismatic. There are just some things that even meeting Bugs Bunny can't solve.
You're a bad dad.
I'm a bad dad. I've been trying to save my son and coach y'all at the same time. What y'all doing?
We've been trying.
Trying to do what?
Number 35, Jesse Eisenberg, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
How are we?
Lex.
Hello. Good. Hi. Hello. Lex, it is a pleasure. Ow! Wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
It's a shame Eisenberg fumbled this iconic villain role. Granted, Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is meant to be an unconventional take on the billionaire, portraying him as a long-haired, nerdy eccentric rather than the usual cold and calculating genius. Many critics, however, felt that Eisenberg's take on the character felt more like Heath Ledger's Joker, with even much of the same cadences and speech patterns. It feels more put on than organic to the character.
Maybe one day Dad'll come back if I just keep everything the same. That is silly. The magical thinking of orphan boys.
Either way, Eisenberg's manic Luthor is a poor pairing with Henry Cavill's straight-laced Superman, a derivative performance all in all.
Now the cameras are waiting at your ship for the world to see the holes in the holy. Yes, the Almighty comes clean about how dirty he is when it counts. To save Martha, bring me the head of the bat.
Number 34, Paris Hilton, the Hottie and the Nottie.
But the timing's terrible. Nate, it probably won't come as a huge surprise to you, but June has never had a boyfriend.
Of all the celebrities that have tried their hand at acting, this socialite may just be the worst. It would be too charitable to call Hilton's performance acting. She's playing, in essence, herself, a blonde bombshell coveted by the protagonist and predictably sexualized in this witless film. Her lack of expression and lethargic line delivery don't help matters either.
He's more of a lifestyle coach. Right, Nate?
Yeah,
exercise, diet, the whole 9 yards.
That's it, all 9 of them.
It was a box office bomb and is considered one of the worst films/things ever. For her efforts, Hilton won a Razzie Award for Worst Actress. Not her first or last.
I am out of your league. You can't sing, you can't dance, you're a terrible athlete, and a really crappy liar.
Number 33, Johnny Depp, Mortdecai.
You see, the domain of a man's upper lip is his sovereign ground.
You have 5 minutes to shake it off.
Every Mortdecai man before me had the same. Why can't I?
Depp's seamless character acting has always been his strength, but this is one role his career could have done without. As the titular swindler turned detective, Depp's charming British aristocrat is too silly to be plausible, and yet not over the top enough to be entertaining.
What if I find it for you? Say, 30% finder's fee, what?
Open your balls.
I shan't.
The result is a middling performance, made worse by an unfunny screenplay. Depp's posh mimicry and anachronistic mannerisms get their due, however. He was nominated for a Razzie, and his mustache also got a shout-out. It's best to skip this caper comedy.
That Judas, that Ajax, that Paris. Or was it Agamemnon? Oh, you know who I mean. That ghastly chap who stole Helen of Troy and started all that nasty business in Greece.
Number 32, Kate Capshaw, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Crying out loud, there's a kid driving the car!
The Indiana Jones films do not want for questionable performances. In 2008, Shia LaBeouf played Indy's sidekick and secret son in a jejune performance. The OG has to be Capshaw as Jones's second and most reviled love interest, Willie. Granted, Capshaw had to contend with playing a cliched damsel in distress, whose part comprised mostly screaming and crying.
The biggest trouble with her is the noise.
In this fun, if gruesome, adventurous film, Capshaw has to be the nag and the killjoy. It's difficult to say how Capshaw could have redeemed this sexist part, but by all accounts, she leans into the trope hard. It is definitely one of the most dated aspects of the Indiana Jones films. Number 31, Mickey Rooney, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That was 2 weeks ago. You cannot go on or keep ringing my bell. You disturb me. You must have a key made.
There is no redeeming this racist caricature. Director Blake Edwards was the one who decided to use the character of Mr. Yunioshi for comic relief, over both producer Richard Shepard and screenwriter George Axelrod's protests. Rooney's garish yellow face, stereotypical English, and awful prosthetics are bad enough in isolation. In the context of this elegant and poignant rom-com, his cartoonish antics are out of place and downright baffling.
Let's go, lady. This time I'm warning you. I am definitely this time going to call in the police.
Rooney was a renowned comic actor with a long film and stage career, but this terrible performance became one of the most notorious examples of East Asian racism in Hollywood, for good reason.
Ah, there she are, Lieutenant, the wanted woman. There.
Number 30, Eddie Redmayne, Jupiter Ascending. Apparently, no one ever told this English actor that less is more.
It's better to accept this than to pretend it isn't true.
So after establishing himself as a serious dramatic actor, Redmayne turned in a performance completely out of this world, now presenting Belem Abrasix, a bizarre hodgepodge of flamboyant mannerisms and exaggerated reactions. Oh, and lots of random screaming.
I create life!
And I destroy it.
Yeah, calling this over the top does not do it justice. He'd go on to win the Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor for this role, which is a bit mind-boggling, since only a year before he won the Oscar for Best Actor for his performance in The Theory of Everything. Call it an off year.
I came here to try to protect my family. Seal that sheaf, and you and your family will return home safely.
Number 29, Hilary Duff, The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Let's get one thing straight. This movie is flawed at a fundamental level, but even beyond its tasteless narrative, perhaps its biggest sin is that it tried to pass off Hilary Duff as a compelling Sharon Tate.
And as I moved closer, I realized it was my friend, Jay Sebring, and me. And both of us had been cut open at the throat.
In a far cry from her Disney Channel days, Duff's attempts at emulating scream queens of the past fail in every regard. At best, her delivery is mindlessly lethargic, and at worst, it's downright disrespectful to the real-life victims. Plus, her scared face is totally hilarious, which is a pretty big issue considering this is supposed to be a horror film. Since Sharon Tate was an actress herself, you'd think they would have found a better one to play her.
I guess all kinds. Even satanic messages.
Satanic.
Number 28, Jared Leto, Suicide Squad. After Heath Ledger took the Joker all the way to Oscar Gold, hopes were high that the next iteration of the character would be just as popular. Unfortunately, Leto's stint in Gotham earned him a very different kind of honor, that being a Golden Raspberry nomination for Worst Supporting Actor.
There is something you could do for me, Doctor.
Anything. I mean, yeah.
I need a machine gun.
In fact, most of his scenes were allegedly cut from the theatrical version of the film, and it's easy to see why. From his questionable line readings to the inane facial expressions, each of Leto's artistic choices is more baffling than the last. At a certain point, it makes you wonder if he knew he was in a big budget blockbuster and not a cringy music video.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Number 27, Tom Cruise, The Mummy. It's movies like this that make you wonder just what goes on in an actor's head. Because surely at some point in production, Cruise would have realized that brooding around the screen for 2 hours wasn't gonna cut it.
Sarge, you're not going down there.
You're right. I'm not. We are.
Then at least call in an airstrike.
Airstrike.
Bad idea.
Especially for a franchise like The Mummy. Alas, Cruise isn't funny enough to sell the camp, and not committed enough to do the horror scenes justice either. So audiences are left with a frustratingly ridiculous performance that isn't even good enough to pass as a parody. After a showing like this, Tom Cruise's tenure with The Mummy deserves to go back to a tomb for a very, very long time.
I'm sorry.
were just never gonna happen.
Number 26, Tyler Perry, Alex Cross. There's nothing wrong with an actor stepping out of their comfort zone, but leaping from absurdist humor to self-serious detective is simply too great a leap for someone with Tyler Perry's range.
Well, Confucius said, when setting off on the path of revenge, dig 2 graves.
That's fine with me as long as you're in one of them.
Or should we say lack of range? He only has one tone of voice and one facial expression. That's it for the entire duration of the film. Anytime he attempts to do more than that, it comes off as unintentionally funny instead. Perry's dramatic shortcomings are especially glaring since he's surrounded by a slate of pretty great supporting performances. Unfortunately, all they do is underline the fact that Alex Cross is by far the weakest link of the Alex Cross movie.
Wants somebody to pay, wants them to suffer. I don't know who, maybe his mother, his father, himself.
Number 25, Colson Baker, also known as Machine Gun Kelly. Good morning. After watching this movie, the best piece of advice to give to Colson Baker is to stick to rapping.
Where is your phone?
It's in rice. Please don't move out.
His acting isn't just bad, it's even worse, completely forgettable. He looks confused most of the time, and even when he does stumble through lines, it's with a blank expression that makes even mannequins seem passionate. The movie itself is filled with a glutton of star-studded cameos and confusing cutaway gags, seemingly to distract from the fact that its lead doesn't know the first thing about acting. But there's no smoke thick enough to hide Baker's complete inability to convey emotion.
Yo, what was that one?
It's like Game of Thrones or something. I'm trying to get on one of those shows.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Number 24, Justin Chatwin, Dragonball Evolution. It takes some genuine skill to turn one of anime's most iconic characters into a bland teen movie protagonist.
I heard about your grandfather's accident. I'm so sorry. The house collapsed?
Yeah, something like that.
But somehow, Justin Chatwin made it look easy. He has no charisma, no heart, and certainly no screen presence. Quite frankly, this kind of lifeless delivery wouldn't fly in any kind of movie, let alone one with such legendary source material. Chatwin just comes across as flat in every single scene, no matter if he's spouting cringy quips or fighting for the fate of Earth. He doesn't even commit to the power-up screams, which is pretty much Dragon Ball 101. Suffice it to say, this is Goku in name alone.
Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Just like I thought. Nothing.
Number 23, Robert Downey Jr., Dolittle. Hot off the wheels of his star-making tenure as Iron Man, RDJ cashed in all that goodwill with a movie where he sticks his hand into a dragon's you-know-what. We wish we were kidding.
If you don't feel better, you could fry us all.
Stop talking. Just get on with it.
We have to get you on your side. We need to perform an emergency extraction.
The worst part, he doesn't seem fazed by it at all. In fact, for most of the runtime, Downey Jr. looks half asleep. The usually charismatic actor can't seem to decide whether Dolittle is a crude comedy or a heartfelt drama, and the result is a performance that fails to satisfy either. That's all without even mentioning his distracting and inconsistent Welsh accent. Clearly, instead of talking to animals, he should have been speaking to an accent coach.
To put it simply, more leafy greens and less armor in your diet.
Number 22, Jamie Kennedy, son of the Mask. No one was ever going to live up to Jim Carrey's star-making turn in 1994's The Mask. But surely they could have found someone better than Jamie Kennedy.
Don't you just love Halloween? Trick or treat.
All of Carrey's original wit is lost in this soulless reinterpretation, where Kennedy reduces the brand's irreverent humor to its lowest common denominator. The jokes come off as cringy and mean-spirited, and that's if they land at all. Most of the time, Kennedy's delivery just falls completely flat, to the point where you aren't sure if you're supposed to be laughing in the first place. In the end, Son of the Mask fails because its leading man can't seem to decide if he's in on the joke or not.
There is nothing more important in this entire universe than your relationship
with your family.
Number 21, Colin Farrell, Alexander. The Great King's biopic completely failed to live up to its character's nickname, and that's putting it lightly.
Conquer your fear! And I promise you, you'll conquer death!
The movie is overly serious, emotionally distant, and lacks any of the depth it so desperately feigns. Unfortunately, all of that criticism also applies to leading man Colin Farrell. Even though the film has been officially recut 4 separate times, no amount of editing can hide the fact that he's woefully miscast here. As a result, all his attempts at drama come across about as convincing as his absurd wig.
But I've seen the future of Feisty, I've seen it now 1,000 times, on 1,000 faces. These people need change.
Number 20, Sofia Coppola, The Godfather Part III. The third time is not always the charm, as the final Godfather film is universally seen as a step down from its predecessors.
What is this really for? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this?
Although it has its share of flaws, one of the most glaring is the poor performance by Sofia Coppola as Mary Corleone.
Tony says that I'm a front for the Foundation. That you're using me just to pull the strings.
The daughter of the film's director, Coppola had no training as an actor and was a last-minute replacement when Winona Ryder dropped out. Her delivery jarred with the tone of the rest of the film, and has been an example of the dangers of nepotism for decades, even if her performance does have a few defenders.
Dad? Why are you doing this to me?
Thankfully, she made a better director than she did an actress.
Only in America.
That's it.
Number 19, Dennis Hopper, Super Mario Brothers.
King Koopa here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like the Koopa special.
Although a seasoned actor, Dennis Hopper's performance as the villainous Koopa in this video game adaptation is more over the top than the overgrown turtle his character is based on.
Yoshi is a pet of the royal family. You may pet him. Just don't move your hands around like a small wounded animal.
Hopper plays Koopa with all the maniacal corporate evil of the worst snake, or in his case dinosaur, in a suit crossed with Dr. Evil.
Really? I am very disappointed in you cousins.
Fascist! Oppressor of the proletariat!
Guy in charge.
Granted, it would be hard for anyone to make the kind of lines Koopa says believable, but Hopper's delivery is just so strange and goofy that it can't be called good.
Different.
He's still entertaining, but not as intended.
Are the Goombas training with the handheld de-evolution gun?
Number 18, Steven Seagal, Half Past Dead. Steven Seagal doesn't exactly have a lot of range as an actor to begin with, and his usual stoic, whispery performance would actually be preferable to his lack of effort in this action flick.
Yeah, I'm Russian. You got a problem with that?
Seagal hurries through his lines, and despite the film nominally being a buddy movie, he has very little chemistry with co-star Ja Rule.
Hey, Sa. You know you're crazy, right?
Cuckoo crazy.
Even Seagal's signature fight scenes feel unenthusiastic and tepid. It's a sad thing when a title like Half Past Dead can just as easily apply to the performance of the star of the movie.
Yeah, what am I doing here? Earning your trust, maintaining my cover. You already screwed that up.
Number 17, Mariah Carey, Glitter. All we want for Christmas is an actress who can actually, well, act. Sure, the songbird supreme can strut a stage like no other, but that didn't translate to a committed film performance at all.
Woe is me? What the hell is that?
In fact, calling Carey's acting chops amateur is a major insult to all the aspiring thespians out there. She basically has one facial expression in her repertoire, and since she's the film's star, you'll be seeing a lot of it. The fact that the movie's soundtrack is genuinely great just speaks to Glitter's fundamental flaw. It's not a film at all, it's a glorified music video. And Carey's lifeless acting failed to convince critics or audiences otherwise.
Timothy was here today.
What, in our house?
Yes, in our house.
What'd he say?
He said you have a deal with him. You owe him money. What is going on with you?
Number 16, Megan Fox, Transformers franchise. The Transformers franchise has gained a reputation for having shallow female characters who are only cast for their appearance and not their acting ability, which began with Megan Fox.
Oh god, I can't even tell you how much I'm not your little bunny.
The actress takes what is, on paper, a fairly interesting character and drains her of much personality.
I could take it all apart, clean it, put it back together.
That's weird. I just wouldn't peg you for mechanical.
Well, you know, I don't really broadcast it. Guys don't like it when you know more about cars than they do.
Even with the notorious director Michael Bay framing her on screen like a sex object, Fox herself has copped to acting poorly in the movies. And we can see how being new to film and working under a director like Bay would lead to a bad performance.
You think I'm shallow? Huh?
I think you're sure? No. I think there's a lot more than meets the eye with you.
Okay.
Number 15. Kirk Cameron, Saving Christmas. Christian movies aren't exactly known for their stellar acting. They're more echo chambers for beliefs than actual entertainment.
I think to myself, this cannot be what God wants.
Such is the case with its outspoken star Kirk Cameron.
Nope. Not here.
Cameron's acting here makes the actors in local commercials or adult films look masterful by comparison.
You drank the Kool-Aid. You took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. You swallowed the whole thing.
His stilted delivery earned him a well-deserved Golden Raspberry Award, and he proved in good company, since many other aspects of the critically derided film won some as well. He can put the blame on an atheist conspiracy all he wants. The fact is, he just sucks here.
Are we seeing the same everything that's going on in there?
Yeah.
Number 14. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Batman and Robin. I saw this coming, did you? Very few of the actors involved in this infamously campy superhero film come off well, but Arnold Schwarzenegger's terrible performance stands out, even among the dross of Batman and Robin.
Mercy? I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
Schwarzenegger hams it up to the extreme, delivering his terrible ice pun-laden dialogue with the kind of manic glee you only see in an actor who knows his part is terrible, but is gonna have as much fun as he can with what he has.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
And while we wouldn't recommend watching him if you hate puns,
let's kick some ice.
Schwarzenegger is still surprisingly entertaining in such an awful role.
First, Gotham. And then, the world!
Number 13, Halle Berry, Catwoman. Halle Berry is a very talented actress, but talent will only get you so far in some cases.
I mean, George Hodder isn't the nicest guy in the world, you know? He fired me.
As the lead in another reviled superhero film, Berry helps set the tone of the movie at incomprehensible, with her interpretation of the title's superheroine ranging from cartoonishly meek to needlessly sexual to the just plain bizarre. What even is that basketball scene? Granted, there's plenty to criticize about Catwoman, but Berry is at the forefront of it all. At least she was a good sport and accepted her Razzie in person.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Number 12, Madonna, Swept Away. Madonna has proven herself to be a great actress, most notably in her Golden Globe-winning turn as Eva Perón in Evita. On the other hand, she's been nominated for 16 Golden Raspberry Awards, the gold standard for movie awfulness.
You are so gonna regret this.
For Swept Away, she received the Razzie for Worst Actress, and shared Worst Screen Couple with Adriano Giannini.
Please, madam.
What's the matter? Don't you want to dance with me?
I don't want to dance with people I don't like.
Madonna had a lot working against her. Swept Away was a remake of a critically acclaimed 1974 film, her spoiled brat rich girl character wasn't easily likable, and it was a high-profile collaboration with her then director/hubby, Guy Ritchie.
Oh, and pee-pee. I want it cold. Understand? Not cool. Cold.
But her performance, like the film, is arguably her worst.
Are we being punished because we're rich? Is that the problem?
No, madam.
Number 11, Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, the 50 Shades franchise. This entry isn't going to be just one actor, but two, because the leads of all three movies are Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan.
Seriously?
Yes.
Though each film has made hundreds of millions in box office receipts, each film has also received biting reviews, with many criticizing Johnson and Dornan's lack of chemistry.
What happened to learning to walk before we run?
Well, that's just one of the many things that we can talk about over breakfast.
While the actors admittedly had poor source material to work with, considering the screenplays were based on novels spun off of Twilight fan fiction, it's not like Hollywood couldn't have taken liberties to improve the dialogue. With Christian Grey coming off as a total creeper, and Anastasia Steele decidedly one note, is it any wonder both Dornan and Johnson won Worst Actor and Worst Actress Razzies for their roles?
Well, some of us like to get it right the first time, bro.
Number 10. Jaden Smith. After Earth. Nepotism rears its head again. Jaden Smith plays Kittai, a boy who becomes stranded on a post-apocalyptic Earth with his father, played by his real-life dad Will Smith, after their ship crashes. Jaden lacks his father's formidable charisma though, and following him as the film's lead is rough, given his stilted, overacted, unnatural performance.
Dad, please come help me, I can't see. I can't do this by myself, Dad. Please come get me.
Will Smith has worked with his son before in other films, but their chemistry here is non-existent.
No, Dad. I can do it.
And while that's not entirely Jaden's fault, the elder Smith's uncharacteristically wooden performance creates a jarring contrast.
I take full responsibility. You did your best.
You have nothing more to prove.
We can't say that his acting is very good.
What was I supposed to do? What did you want me to do?
Number 9. Mike Myers, the Love Guru. Sometimes a performance is a career killer. Exhibit A, Mike Myers in The Love Guru.
Let's make like a baby and head out.
His portrayal of Pitka, the world's number 2 guru, received the exact opposite reaction of his universally loved Austin Powers character. Maybe it's the stereotype-heavy portrayal of Hinduism. Maybe it's the barrage of little person jokes heaped on Vern Troyer's character that totally fall flat.
Well, how do you do? Shrimp?
What'd you call me, Jagamo?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Maybe it's the distracting asides that don't ever seem to produce laughs. It's hard to gauge how badly audiences disliked Mike Myers' performance, but one thing's for certain. Studios haven't been knocking each other out of the way to star Myers in a live-action film.
What does Deepak Chopra have that I don't have?
Number 8. Taylor Lautner, Abduction. In 2011, Lautner had reached heartthrob status playing Jacob in the Twilight films, when along came Abduction, a John Singleton-directed action thriller. The film features Lautner's star turn as Nathan Harper, a young man who might not be who he thinks he is. So why didn't this profitable film produce any big-budget leading man opportunities for Lautner?
I don't know. I just thought summer was summer.
Perhaps because his performance could be described as one note, and that one note is a vacant-eyed stare. And in a scene where Nathan's parents are killed, watching Lautner struggle to wrangle up tears is painful. In his review of Abduction, New York Post critic Kyle Smith compared Lautner's acting chops to Bert from Sesame Street.
You know what's messed up? I never knew either one of my mothers.
And it's kind of hard to disagree.
Why? Do you not trust me?
Number 7. The whole cast. The Last Airbender. This one might hold the record for the most bad performances in a single film, although performance implies that there was any acting happening in the first place.
It's time for you to stop doing this!
The Avatar would have to be an airbender. Are you an airbender, boy?
Leave him alone!
In lieu of any real emoting, the main cast just frowned a lot and recited their lines like they were reading them from a teleprompter. Though it shouldn't be all that surprising considering its leads had never professionally acted before, and it showed. Avatar deserved better, especially considering the characters had already been brought to life by a sublime voice cast in the original series. When animated characters are more expressive than a live-action cast, you know you've done something horribly wrong.
Leave him alone. You're not taking him anywhere.
No one is taking anybody away.
Number 6. Jennifer Lopez, Gigli. We're filing this performance's inclusion under collateral damage. Sure, it wasn't J-Lo's finest hour, but Gigli was an all-time stinker. Of course, part of the reason it's so bad is her performance.
You know, this may be a good time to suggest that you not allow the seeds of cruel hope to sprout in your soul.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
Lopez seemingly sleepwalks through the film, showing very little acting range.
You want to cloud your adversary's ability to reason, thus gaining the upper hand yourself.
In the end, J-Lo received a Razzie for Worst Actress, and she gave us a squirm-inducing seduction scene with a line so bad it may have ruined Thanksgiving.
It's turkey time.
Ew. Number 5. Eddie Murphy, Norbit. This takes the idea of a one-man show to new heights. In a big push for the actor, Norbit stars Eddie Murphy again, and also Eddie Murphy.
Nobody touched your old stupid seat.
Then why folk come it's all whooped up like this then?
Well, you know, Rasputin, you've been eating so much lately, it's a very strong possibility that the car is shrinking.
Except it soon becomes painfully obvious that in an ensemble of just yourself, there's nowhere to hide. Murphy's shtick becomes grating in record time, especially since he doesn't commit to any of his 3 characters beyond their superficial stereotypes. Instead, the makeup and prosthetics do most of the heavy lifting, while Murphy himself is content making the same jokes with a slightly different inflection. Even for a 3-in-1 special, this unfunny performance still isn't worth the price of admission.
I don't weigh no damn 300 pounds. I weigh 165.
Number 4. John Travolta, Battlefield Earth.
I'm a little pressed for time. Why don't you save the going away jokes for later?
No jokes, sir, I swear.
Based on Scientologist L. Ron Hubbard's 1982 novel, Travolta plays Terrell, a giant humanoid alien in the year 3000 who's stuck on a wasteland called Earth.
It is a pleasure to see you, Your Excellency, and I would be honored to expedite your clearance through security.
Please, call me Z. Does all of Earth look like this?
Oh, I'm afraid so, sir.
Travolta's performance has been called hammy, weird, over the top, and just plain awful.
There must be some mistake.
The most scathing review may have come from Washington Post's Rita Kempley, who calls Travolta's acting god-awful and describes him as prancing around like a peacock at an egg roll. Ouch.
Never underestimate what a little leverage can do. Rat brain.
Number 3. Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill. Stop us if you've heard this one before. Adam Sandler gives a horrible performance in a misguided, crass, unfunny comedy. But what sets Jack and Jill apart from the canon of crappy Sandler roles? This film gives us not 1, but 2 awful Sandler performances.
Are you going bald? Huh? No, you're getting fatter and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face. Okay.
So bad, Sandler earned Razzies for Worst Actor and Worst Actress. Sandler's Jack is nothing new, a somewhat goofy, uncomfortable man-child with percolating anger. Jill, however, is something else. Sandler's screechy-voiced twin sister is whiny, needy, and totally annoying, and his portrayal of a woman is even less convincing than Tyler Perry's Medea.
Maybe God wouldn't have given you a rat face if you believed in him.
I don't have a rat face.
Yes, you do have a rat face. It's scary.
Can Jack and Jill go up the hill and never come back?
Hey, Jill, can I talk to you for a second? No! My bags are packed and there's nothing left to say.
Number 2. Nicolas Cage, The Wicker Man. Cage's frenetic, eccentric, over-the-top style can be electric, like his Oscar-winning turn as an alcoholic screenwriter in Leaving Las Vegas.
What do you say we finish these and we go back to my apartment on the beach?
We're torn when it comes to his performance as Edward Mollis in Wicker Man.
Is there some church near here?
Yeah. Down the hill.
Hey, didn't I just speak with you? Miss Rose, Sister Rose?
No, you didn't.
It was number 2 on Watch Mojo's list of Oscar winners who sucked in other movies, but it was number 1 in Best Freakouts in Movies.
This is murder! Murder! You'll all be guilty! And you're doing it for nothing! Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey!
So all that's left to do is pay homage to one of Cage's most memorable performances, and ask, if a bunch of crazy women make you wear an enclosed bee helmet when you're allergic to bees, wouldn't your reaction sorta be like Cage's? We think so.
What is it? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah! Ah!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Tommy Wiseau, The Room.
You know what they say, love is blind.
Few performances can equal the unparalleled badness of Tommy Wiseau's lead role as Johnny in The Room.
It's bullshit, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
The European actor, writer, director of this Z-grade cult classic plays a man betrayed by his fiancée, future wife, and his best friend. Yet despite their betrayal, Wiseau's acting swings wildly between monotone disinterest and vague amusement.
Chicken, Peter, you just a little chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Every one of his choices as an actor is so strange, so inappropriate for the situation, that people have theorized that Wiseau is acting badly on purpose.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
Or that he's an alien.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, you can say that again.
But as wrong and as inexplicable as his performance is, it remains incredibly watchable, and has to be seen to be believed. It'll tear you apart. Which other terrible acting performance had you fleeing the theater? Let us know in the comments.